Greetings from EPG Pathshala. In this module, we are going to talk about AES, that is an Advanced Encryption Standard. This is a type of symmetric cipher, and now it is very well defined that symmetric cipher, the sender and receiver shares the same key. Where these symmetric ciphers are used, they are used widely in the communication. And this AES is proved very well defined structure, so it is widely used in the symmetric encryption. To start my discussion, AES stands for Advanced Encryption Standard Cipher. It is developed by Regendel. It is also called Regendel. It is a symmetric block cipher. When we say block cipher, it works on the block of data. Usually it works on 128-bit data, and the keys used in this cipher is of the length either 128 or 192 or 256-bit keys. This was designed by Regeman and Damon in Belgium. Has an iterative structure rather than the Feazell cipher. Feazell cipher is usually having a complex structure. A repetition of substitutions and permutations are done, but it differs from this Feazell structure, having iterative structure. To elaborate what is an iterative structure, it processes data as a block of 4 octet columns, operates on entire data block in every round. If I talk about the basic structure of AES, its a block size is denoted by NB. This is the number of 32-bit words. Keep in mind that AES works on the octet structure, so it's a 4 octet columns. AES has 128-bit block size, so 128 means 432-bit words, so NB is equal to 4. The key size is NK. This says the number of 32-bit words in an encryption key. So for example, if we are talking about AES 120, that means NK, number of blocks in key would be 4, because 32-bit block, and how many such block? 4, to make 128-bit size. If we have a key that is of 192-bit long, then NK, the number of blocks in the key would be 6, because 32 into 6 makes 192. If we are working on a 256-bit key, then NK would be 8. Now, how many number of rounds AES performs? It is again variable. It depends on NB and NK. NB is the number of blocks in the input, and NK is the number of blocks in the keys. So if we want to determine number of rounds NR equal to 6 plus maximum of NB and NK. So if I am talking about AES 128, it has 10 rounds, because 6 plus NB is 4 and NK is 4. So maximum of 4 and 4 is 4. So 6 plus 4 makes 10 rounds. AES 192 has 12 rounds. How? Because 6 plus maximum of 4 and 6, so it becomes 6, and 6 plus 6 becomes 12. AES 256 has how many rounds? So it says maximum of 4 and 8. So 8 plus 6, that makes 14 rounds. This is a general structure of the AES, where you have 4 NB octet input. I already emphasized that it works on the vertical columns. It is exclusive OR with K0. K0 is a key for the 0th round. We already have seen how many rounds can be there. It can be determined by NB and NK. 4 NK octet input, the key expansion is done. First round output would be exclusive or with a K0, and the output would be generated, then round 1, and so on it goes up to round NR, and the final output would be in the vertical columns 4 NB octet output. So A0, A1, A2, A3 are the octets. Octet means 8 bits. We have formed the block of 32 bits. So if I form octet out of 32 bits, then they are the 4 octets. Regendel is based on 4 primitive operations. The first is exclusive OR, then octet to octet substitution with S-box, a rearrangement of the octets by rotating row or column by some number of cells, so it is called rotation, and then mixed column operation where 4 octet column is replaced by another 4 octet column. This is a structure of Regendel, where you can see in one round plain text would have add round key, then substitution bytes, then shift rows, then mix columns, and once again the operations would be repeated saying add round key. Key would be added in the add round key, key would be expanded, key would be expanded. So you can see key goes from 0th index to 43. So 0 to 3 every time 4 octets are fed. For octet to octet substitution, the S box is given, saying that if it is 0x, x0, the substitution performed is according to the table. For example, if you have input octet 9F, look for the 9, check the S box where the left nibble is 9, that means you have to check for the 9x. Why x is written after 9? It says the whole table is represented in the hexadecimal format. So look for a 9 and then look for a column that contains F. Find out what is the intersection of that row and column. It is DB. So 9F will be replaced by DB. So in case of octet to octet substitution, simply look at in the S box. Whatever octet you want to replace, take its left nibble. Left nibble means left 4 parts, and right nibble means right 4 parts, and substitute the octet by the intersection of that nibble. Then comes rearrangement of octets by rotating row or column by some number of cells. For that, a circular byte shift in each is done. First row is unchanged. The second row does 1 byte circular shift to the left. Third row 2 byte left circular shift. Fourth row 3 byte left circular shift. So second operation is also over, rearrangement of octets by rotating row or column by some number of cells. Then the third is mixed column operation, where 4 octet column is replaced by another 4 octet column. For that, what you have to do is each octet in the input to the is given as an input to the mixed column table. Left nibble will identify the row, right nibble will identify the column. Four octet input column will retrieve set of 4 columns. So if you look at the table carefully, for each octet combination you will be able to retrieve the 4 octets correspondingly. Each column retrieved from the table is rotated vertically so that its top octet is in the same row as the input octet. And these all 4 rotated columns are exclusive OR. To elaborate mixed column operation, we are given the input 2B, D4, DE and AD. Now check the mixed column table for the first octet, that is 2B. You should check the row of 2, you should check the column of B, and what you retrieve is 5, 6, 2B, 2B and 7D. For D4, check the row for D, column for F, and whatever intersection you get is B3, D4, D4, 6, 7. For DE, check the row of D, column of E. You will be able to retrieve A7, DE, DE and 7, 9. When you talk about octet AD, look at the row for A, look at the column for D and retrieve the octets 4, 1, AD, AD and EC. Now what you have to do, we have to arrange the substituted octets in such a way that the corresponding octets can be added together. Suppose for example we have a octet replacement for 2B, D4, DE and AD, but if you check for the substitution of AD 41, at the same level for DE the substitution is DE, at the same level for the substitution for D4 is D4, and at the same level substitution for 2B is 7D. The octets residing at the same level should be exclusive odd. So they have been exclusive odd and we get the value 36. The same way from the figure you can observe that for AD, the second octet AD would be exclusive odd with the third octet of DE. It would be exclusive odd with the 4 octet of 67, and it would be exclusive odd with the first octet of 56, and then we will get a result. For the fourth octet of EC, it would be exclusive odd with the second octet of 2B, that is 2B. It would be exclusive odd with the first octet of D4, that is B3, and it would be exclusive odd with the fourth octet of DE, and it would result in 4C. The same way the octets are organized, rotated in such a way that they come to the same position and they will be exclusive odd. So we would get as a result 42, 4C, B4 and 3, 6. We are going to use the key in the AES algorithm. So for key expansion, you are given a key K0, K1, K2, K3, K4, K5, so on. It depends on what size of key you are using. Arrange them vertically in the 4 octets group: K0, K1, K2, K3, K4, K5, K6, K7 and so on. Initially whatever key is given, it is considered as K0. Now if you want to derive K1, you have to use the values from the K0 and derive the values for the K1. In the figure, I have shown you the key expansion iteration step in case of nk less than or equal to 6. So what are we trying to do? We have set I minus 1, that is a previous set, and we want to derive the current set. We will denote them by set of I. So to derive, what are we going to do? We have the octets arranged. Now we want to take the set I minus 1. The first 4 octets would be exclusive odd with the last 4 octets to generate the first octet of the new one. Or otherwise what would happen, the previous octet would be exclusive odd with the current set to get the new octet. So just to put a point, if I have to generate the set I, I have to look in the previous set. So in the previous set, if I have suppose I want to work in the 1, 2 and 3 third 4 set of octets, so it would be input to the current set of the previous octet set and the previous set's current octet, and they would be exclusive OR to generate the new set of octets. When we are at the last octet, it would be used for the substitution. Once the substitution is done, they are copied in the final state except the first octet. First octet is exclusive OR with some constant. What is that constant? It will be dependent on the which iteration we are doing. So for I equal to 1, the constant is 1. For I equal to 2, the constant is 2. For I equal to 8, the constant is 80. And for I equal to 18, the constant is BC. And for I equal to 28, the constant is EF. So you have a key expansion constant table on the board. You can find out. Now for the key expansion constant Ci, we have seen. Next is the key expansion iteration step in case of Nk equal to 7 or 8. So in that case, what are we going to do? We are going to take the previous set and the current set. From the previous set, we are going to take the current set, and in the current set we are going to take the previous octets. They are going to be exclusive OR to generate the new set of octets. A substitution will be performed and then exclusive OR will be performed. Each round has 3 identical operations. Each octet of the state has S box applied to it. Row 1 of the state is rotated left by 1 column. Row 2 of the state is rotated left by 2 plus NB by 8 columns, and row 3 of the state is rotated left by 3 plus NB by 7 columns. What are we talking about? We are talking about the each round operation of the AES. We have already seen how to generate the key, so we are ready with the key, and now we are ready with discussion of the what happens in the number of rounds. I already taught you first the S box applied, then the rotation is performed, and now mixed column operation is applied. For you to visualize, I have shown you the diagram. There are states, then substitute bytes, so you end up in a new state. Then shift rows are performed again. The input comes into the new state. Then mixed columns are applied. Again we get a new state. Then add round keys, and then we end up in the new state. AES algorithm is so complex, so it takes more time to execute, but it can efficiently be implemented on 32-bit CPU. So in this module we talked about AES algorithm. AES algorithm is all about symmetric algorithm. It has number of rounds depending on the size of the input. Size of the key determines also the number of rounds. For being a complex structure, it is difficult to crack, and it is widely used. Thank you.